Hello guys, A.S.R alarms here, back again with another video, a day after the system test. Obviously you guys see from the title, this is not a system test video. Today I'm going to be going over my entire collection, and I'm going to talk about a few other things as I go through. So obviously I have an ANAT 80 set up on the system, and it is part of my collection. And above it, the Wheelock LED Exceeder, which is actually, I think, one of my more recent additions. I really like this alarm, and actually what I always found interesting about it is how its strobe will still sync with the strobe of like a regular flash bulb. And then of course I have my 2099-9754 next to my, I think it's 2098-9806 key switch. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So move along. I have my Grinnell Model 1T. Now Grinnell is a company, is like the modern day Simplex. Like Tyco owns the company called Simplex Grinnell, so they're kind of like the same thing, you could say. And I find this pull station really interesting. I have never once seen another Grinnell pull station after I bought this one. And originally when I got it, it didn't have a key, and I didn't know that. But then I went on the fire alarm forums, and people helped me figure out which key. It actually uses an Edwards LL805 key, which is, I found that interesting. Right above it, I have my Wheelock Ns24 MCW. I've had this thing for a very long time. I got it around when I first got my Gentex Commander 3, and that's the red one I have. It's on the shelf in my room. It's actually only the 12-volt version, but I have used it on this system before because I really have no use for it other than the system test, so I figure why just leave it sit. And here is my Wheelock Mt24 LSM VFR. Probably one of my most favorite fire alarms that I own because it has so many interesting tones. I absolutely love that they put the fire text on each side of it. So when you walk down a hallway, and I actually have it in this tiny hallway, like from the side views it looks cool. Below it, this is one of my first ever operational pull stations. It is the Firelight BG12. And the lock used to work, but I don't know why. One day it went all dumb and decided to pull it out. I guess they just wear down real easy. And now, in my room, I need to turn another light on. It's a little dark. Okay. Obviously, my main panel, the Firelight MS5 5-zone conventional panel. I love everything about this panel. Ever since I've seen it, I've always wanted it. And, yeah. Next to it was my first panel, the Silent Night SK4, currently broken and out of service, but I'd like to change that soon. And below it, this pull station you guys have seen since I haven't had a panel, is my Firelight BG12L. Obviously, L means the lock. And then, of course, I have 3 system sensor i3s. The i3s have always been my favorite smoke detectors because I love their appeal. I think they look very nice on ceilings. I feel they blend well with them. Obviously, the other one is in the living room, and actually, guys, I do have the third one put up, but it's not connected to the system, and I put saran wrap over it as a dust cover because I wanted to wire it up a long time ago, but I ran out of these things. The things I used to hold the wire, and I ran out of zip ties, so I never ended up putting it up. Now, I cannot remember the model number of this. I'll probably have to look it up. But it's obviously the Spectral Alert ceiling mount. I call this the classic version because it's not the advanced version. So, yeah. Also one of my favorite fire alarms because you guys know my most favorite fire alarm is my P2475s. Which, in fact, I have 5 of them. Alright. I'm not sure how well you guys are going to be able to see over here. My shelf is kind of in a corner. Now, on the top shelf is where I keep some of my devices. I have my two of my 425120s here, and you guys see these are hanging off the back. I took off those metal brackets that hold them because they wouldn't fit in my mount boxes. I have 4 Wheelock exceeders, obviously not the LED. You guys saw these in the system. I think these are really cool, but honestly, I'm not too much of a fan of the retrofitted fire alarms, but some of them are cool. And then I have a Wheelock 24 MCW. This came with a lot that I bought, but I wasn't quite sure how to mount it. I'm gonna need some sort of special mount box, maybe. You guys might see that in a future video. I also have a Wheelock AS. Not sure the model number because this is how this one came. No back to it. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be like this. Somebody please tell me if they're not. Obviously it's got paint on it and it does work. I wanted to put it in this recent test, but I don't know. It just... Alright, now the next shelf is really cluttered with a little bit of everything. You know what, guys, I'm going to make a cut and turn the flashlight on. So here's my bottom shelf, which is mostly all system sensor and some spackle from when I was fixing some holes I made. I have my system sensor PC2W, ceiling mount spectral advance. I believe this is a P2415. Yep. And I think I have 3 of these. Yeah, all right here. 3 of them. I have 3 A.S.R. LFs, system sensor low frequency sounders. This is my HRK that I had outside, but right now I have the P2RK with the strobe out there. And then I have just one of this, I forgot the model, A.S.R. system sensor A.S.R. And I have 4 P2Rs, as you see. And I have a total of 5 P2475s, Spectral Alert Classics. And I also have this. You guys have seen this in other videos. I believe this is fried, though, because I tried doing something with it and I messed up. And then I have this duct switch that, oops, I'll find that later, that I have used for, obviously, not duct purposes, but in the systems. Because there's different ways you can wire this thing. As you see, there's 6 terminals. This light works in both red and green, and I thought about doing something with it in a future system. So, yeah. Now, on to the bottom shelf where there's not much. This is kind of where I keep some of the extra fire alarm parts. I have a Gentex low frequency sounder. I don't know the model. I'll probably get, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'll get that for you guys eventually. Actually, interesting fact about that one. I actually got this because one day I asked Gentex for a sample, and they actually gave me one, shipped it right out to me real quick, and I liked it. And then over here, Gentex Commander 3, and I have to see about these ones. I ordered these ones in a lot. Like, see, this is a GEC 324WW, but I think the other ones are, yeah, this is a GEC 2415WW and GEC 24177WW. So this is fixed, I think, 177 candela, fixed 15, and then I believe this one's adjustable. So I bought these 3 in a lot together, and sorry guys, I had to make a cut. My phone just stopped recording. So anyway, besides the Gentex, that's how I had the Gentex system up. And I have my 3 ESTs over here. I don't know if I showed these yet, because my phone cut off. But these 2 are strobes. This is the horn strobe. I don't know the model number of any of these, and for some reason I can't find it. But then again, I'm not really an EST person, so. And then here's my little siren from the one video I did when I had it set up for a while. And then the last thing, this. This is an old system sensor bell. No model number. This was the first thing I had. Actually, this Gentex right here was my first ever horn strobe I had that I didn't fry. I had one of those Ademco ones as my very, very first fire alarm horn strobe, but neither me or my dad knew much about fire alarms at the time, and he tried to run 120 volts through it, and yeah, it popped and caught on fire. Interesting story. So first, that was my operational horn strobe that didn't get fried. Then but before I had any horn strobes, I had this. My dad one day brought this home from work and said they were getting rid of it, and he gave it to me, and it is a 120 volt bell. That's why I just have a cord, like an extension cord plug wired to it. It was hooked up on the kitchen ANSOL unit. So if the ANSOL was pulled, that bell would sound. Sorry about the cut again, guys. My phone ran out of space. So like I was saying, the hoods would open up, and then the ANSOL would, the ANSOL foam would go everywhere and extinguish the fire. So that's it for my fire alarm collection. Another interesting thing I have is, I think I showed you guys this. I have a red, obviously reflective because look at the camera, fire warden vest. My dad bought this for me as a gift one time. I mean, of course I don't wear it out, but I mean, it's just cool to have, and it says it on the front too. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, I meant to actually show you guys this in the system test. In my room I have a fire department flag, and then I also have the firefighters red line American flag hanging up in my room as well. So real quick, I wanted to tell you guys also, the next system test is a request system test. So you guys pick what pull stations you want, where you want it. Pick what alarms are wanted where. Coding will not be an option because it won't work right. You guys probably already know that. I want the poll up on this video. Like, it's a first come first serve basis. The first request will be fulfilled. And I just need to make sure I get enough votes. You guys can do it on Instagram too. I'll post a poll on there today too. And I also just want to say again, thank you so much for everyone that subscribes to me and follows me on Instagram. I have very few people that actually comment on my videos, but I do have some, and I really appreciate it. I would like for you guys to leave me some more feedback if you would, because I really like to hear it. I would like to have video suggestions. And on a final note, I want to know what's up with this. So this is obviously my channel view. I want to know why in my old videos where I didn't have a panel, I personally thought these videos were dumb, but that's just me. 3.6K, 1.4K, 1.4K. Why these got so much views out of everything? Some of my current ones are pretty good. My system test 2 had 2.8K, and one had my system test 1 at 1.2K. I just thought that was odd. But anyway, guys, I will see you in the next video. I'm probably going to post another one within a couple days because now I'm trying to get some more content in, and I know I've been like gone for a while. Please leave me some video suggestions. This video was actually requested on Instagram, and I will put who it was in the video. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next video.